It's a curious and beautiful thing to find myself, or to be playing the role recently of YouTuber, especially this speaking about awareness, speaking about the unspeakable. It's unspeakable, it is unspeakable. There are no words for it. And it's also unspeakable on a more practical level, that I never know what I'm going to say, or I have an idea. I might be walking along. Now I've got it. Now I have something to share with people. And then I start to talk, or even plan what I'm going to say, and it goes off in a zillion directions. There are some people who are quite skilled at really distilling the message. Here, that may arise or it may not, but for now I'm having the experience of, I don't know what I'm going to say. I don't know why I'm saying it. But I could say that for anyone who has awakened in whatever that means, to whatever depth, to have arrived at some imperturbable, undisturbable sense of security in oneself that doesn't depend on the outside world. It's an act of love, I could say, to try and talk about it. Because it means taking a perspective, a point of view. Like I say, I can have insights, wow, in the mind. Got to share this. But it could be deep and true, but only from that point of view. And the full truth, the unspeakable truth, is true from all perspectives. What I can say is true from one perspective might be completely irrelevant from another perspective. But they're all just perspectives. So they're kind of meaningless. But they're also kind of beautiful and funny and full of love, because I don't know, somehow they're wanting to be spoken into reality. And for me to speak, it's just a mini exercise in getting a reflection of myself back. So I'm kind of speaking to myself. I'm kind of testing out my own realization on myself. It's literally like I'm looking at a mirror, looking at myself talking right now. But I'm also speaking to you. I don't know who you are as a person, but I'm speaking into the field. And if this video is of any interest, or resonates on any level, it's the field talking to itself. So maybe you could say that sitting down in front of the camera to try and get across a point which I know is limited from word go. It cannot be other than limited because it's a point of view. Equal to all other points of view. But just a point of view. So what really speaks is the silence. Silence is deafening. Because there's ultimately nothing to talk about. And yet it's fun to talk and play with ideas, just as long as we don't attach importance to them. This is what I think. This is my opinion. It's just an opinion. Just the separate self, the personality, trying to shore itself up with some sense of solidity. Or in my case, as came to me this morning, every opinion, every judgment is a defense mechanism. A band-aid or a force field. That sits over the top of you in this human mode, honouring this human mode, simply expressing preference without guilt, without fear. Instead of having an opinion, judging another, you do your thing. That's fine. It's got nothing to do with me. But I prefer this or that. This is sovereignty. And the mind does so many things to try and just keep you away from it. But if you can find the clarity, the courage to just express your preference, there's nothing to defend. The only risk is that someone won't agree with your preference. You might not get what you want. But that's a concern of the false self. It believes it's a thing, when it really was just life happening. There's really nothing to do. There's no one doing anything. But you do have opportunities and choices every moment to stay aligned with that. To honour who you are, because the full self is still a beautiful divine manifestation of energy, of what you are, God. But all the things we do to make it more solid and real and important go against that natural recognition of what you truly are. And it's just awareness itself, delighted with the experience of apparently going against itself. You see, going against itself is already a judgment. This is why it's impossible to talk about all of this, because words get in the way. Yeah. Anyway, I've said enough. It's been a beautiful morning, walking around, taking pictures in the rain. Smelling the herbs, listening to the river here in the mountains, in Peru's Sacred Valley. Even now, smelling the roses. Enjoy your day. Lots of love.